So I've just got done watching all 12 episodes of Mob Psycho 100 live action on Netflix. I gotta say, it's one of the best live action adaptations I've ever seen. It came out on the 22nd of May 2018, well, for the UK anyway. As you can tell by the title of the video, this is my review for the Mob Psycho 100 live action. I'm not going to be covering any spoilers because there's people who haven't seen it yet and they're still waiting to, and they're just watching a review. But for the people who do want to talk about spoilers, I'll have a section at the end of the video. And don't worry, I'll let you know when that part comes. Please remember these are just my opinions. So even though I really do love the live action version, there are a few things I wish they had done better and stuff I didn't really like. Personally, I think it started off pretty good, but then near the ending they kind of went a bit downhill. I really love how the people who made this made an attempt to have the characters similar to how they kind of looked in the anime and the manga. Same with the sets and the scenes and all the story. It looks like they tried their best. Unlike other live action adaptations, I kind of wish they kept the narrator of Mob Psycho 100 in this, because if you're new to Mob Psycho and not seen the anime or manga, you might not know what's going on or understand something. I feel like the narrator would have been quite useful in some of the parts. Not everything looked perfect though. They did miss out quite a few characters and parts of the plot line. I respect that the people who created this did have a budget, even if some parts did look bad. Another thing I realised is that they changed Dimple's name to Ekubo. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Personally, I think one of the best aspects of the show is how they tried to keep the story similar to the anime and the manga, because I don't really see that in a lot of live action adaptations of anime. And get ready for another name butcher, because the only parts of the story they did change was adding too much of Ritsu. Don't get me wrong, I think he's a really good character, just my only issue is they put him in too many scenes and parts he doesn't really need to be in. Personally for me, I think the best actor was the man who played Reagan. When I first saw him on the scene, I said to myself, yeah, this guy was made for this role. I really enjoyed his performance, and he was really funny. The only issue is that I think he gave too many massages. Every time someone came in to speak to him about their ghost problem, he would just take them to his little workstation room and then give them a massage. And I think he did that a little bit too often. Get ready for another name butcher, because I'm going to be talking about Mob's crush in this section of the video. The parts with Tsumobi was a little annoying. For some reason they made her look pretty dumb. What I mean is they kept making her use the wrong words and people would always be correcting her on the word she meant. For example, there was one part where they said, "Oh, you're such a chimp," but then someone says, "You mean wimp." Then to make her look even more stupid, they make her say, "Oh really? I thought it was the same word because they end in imp." Then somehow she also forgets Mob is an Esper, because there's a flashback of Mob showing his powers and lifting her up. And she's just like, "Oh, I forgot you had powers." And like, I don't know how you could forget something like that in your life. Even parts where she sees Espers fight, she just thinks it's like a hide and seek game, and then when they show off their powers she's like, "Ooh, that's really pretty." And I don't know why, but it's just her stupidness that really annoys me, because I think they just made her look way too stupid than she actually is. I think that it's one of these shows that it's so bad that makes it so good. It's kind of a love-hate show, because I'll admit I really did enjoy watching it, and there were some moments that made me laugh because it's quite funny, but there was also moments where it did make me cringe and I feel it was just randomly added in and not very good looking parts. I also don't like how one of the characters got so much screen time and I find her really annoying. I'd recommend giving it a watch as it's quite good. Obviously it's not going to be as good as the anime, so if you're looking to watch either one or the other, I'd recommend just watching the anime instead. but as you're allowed, to watch both, I would recommend giving it a try after you finish the anime. I have a feeling that they might do a season 2, as Netflix says S1 next to the episode. I have a feeling it's going to do quite well, so if it does well, they're going to make more seasons, but obviously the anime is going to have to come out first. Now I will be going to the spoiler section, so if you don't want to be spoiled, please leave this video, and I thank you for watching. I'll see you in my next video. Okay, so as for now in the spoiler section of the video, I can talk about more of the stuff I wanted to talk about. So for some reason at the end fight, they don't go to the 7th Division of Claw's base, because it's, for some reason, in the school and the school's gym. I don't know. I guess it's because they had to reuse sets they already had because of budgets and stuff. I don't think a school setting was much of a good fighting ground when going up against members of Claw. They also had some of Claw members think Reigen was Claw's boss, like in the anime and manga, but for some reason in the live action, they only thought that because Reigen was dragging his foot across the floor. And for some reason, when they have a flashback of the Claw's boss, he's dragging his foot across the floor, and it turns out Reigen was just dragging his foot because he had some gum on his shoe or something. I'm not really sure. That bit didn't make any sense, and it's pretty stupid to think that he was the boss just because Reigen was dragging his foot along. Ichigo's suit was kind of badly done. It just looked like a bad Black Octopus cosplay. I guess that might have been what they were going for, but I think it would be much better if they were actually going for like a real gas mask or something. And then it turns out, when they unmask him, it was some guy at the first episode where he was like selling octopus balls or food to Mob in his van. And I didn't really like that twist personally. It was just kind of put in there for some reason. You don't really get to see all the scars across all of his face, but they only randomly appear when he starts using his full power. And the guy's not even bald. I don't think he looks that much like how he does normally in the anime. And Sho, the son of the boss of Claw, as he wasn't in the live action version, do you want to know how they stopped Ichigo? They had Dimple possess him, even though when you first see Dimple, he can't even possess Esper, but somehow he possesses the 7th Division leader. I don't know, it's kind of confusing. Then out of nowhere, Ichigo just says like he quits his job and walks away after Dimple's finished possessing him. It's like, okay, that's a little bit also random. I didn't really like the ending that much. So that's my review for Mob Psycho 100 live action on Netflix. So do you feel the same way as I do about this, or do you have a different opinion? Either way, please tell me in the comments. Thank you for watching this video. Please hit me subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video. Goodbye.